U.S. couple blocked from suing Uber after crash, say daughter agreed to terms while using Uber Eats. Uber and Lyft drivers use Teslas as makeshift robot access, raising safety concerns. McLaren introduces $2.1 million U.S. couple blocked from suing Uber after crash, say daughter agreed to terms while using Uber Eats. Uber and Lyft drivers use Teslas as makeshift robot access, raising safety concerns. McLaren introduces $2.1 million W1 hybrid supercar to honor F1 history.
Bogus skydiving instructor jailed for lying about qualifications at California school that saw 28 deaths. Houthis send email alert to Red Sea ships as prepare for attack with best regards. Most players prefer single-player games, new study claims.
North Korea's Kim calls Yoon puppet, threatens to nuke Seoul if attacked. In the U.S., Democrats suspect Netanyahu attempting to tilt Trump versus Harris race. Research suggests original art elicits 10x the emotion of prints. WikiLeaks' Julian Assange says he pleaded guilty to journalism in order to be freed. Weight Watchers CEO suddenly quits after push to embrace weight loss drugs like Ozempic, Wegovy. Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro declares Christmas to begin in October.
NHS England proposes phased rollout for Eli Lilly's star obesity drug, Mounjaro. In the UK, surgeon used Swiss Army knife to cut patient open as he couldn't find clean scalpel. Reportedly, England's HIV diagnoses hit 15 years high, after surge of cases among migrants coming in.
California becomes first state to ban sell-by and best-before labels to reduce food waste. Biden administration restores pre-Trump farm worker protections from pesticides. Biden exempts some semiconductor factories from environmental reviews.
Biden administration restores pre-Trump farm worker protections from pesticides. In the U.S., Supreme Court declines to block Biden rules on planet-warming methane and toxic mercury emissions. EU fishing and farming deals with Morocco failed to include Western Sahara's consent, top court says. RT uses AI to broadcast Vladimir Putin speeches in English. AI to shape UK defense review. OpenAI sees roughly $5 billion loss this year on $3.7 billion in revenue.
Amazon says new technology in vans will help sort packages on the fly and save time, and Amazon's new AI guides can help shoppers find what they need. Nintendo unveiled an alarm clock that plays Mario coin noises when you roll over. Spotify starts free streaming option in South Korea.
After injury, one species of comb jelly can fuse to become one. Life expectancy is increasing at a slower rate this century, and it may be because we're reaching our human limit. Mouse experiment reveals brains divide mealtime into 4 stages. Study claims brain changes based on what you did 2 weeks ago. Scientists use Cold War-era spy plane to find unexpected gamma rays in thunderstorms. NASA will use mushrooms to grow homes on Mars and the Moon. IG Nobel Prize-winning research announces longevity claims may reflect lousy birth and death record-keeping, more than accurate human lifespans.
Scientists map fruit fly brain in neurobiological milestone. PhD studies hurt mental health, but less than previously feared. Nearly 50% of researchers quit science within a decade. Huge study reveals.
Not 1 but 2 asteroids might have ended the age of dinosaurs, as scientists discover a 5 miles wide undersea crater created as the dinosaurs disappeared, where the 5 miles asteroid impact crater below Atlantic captured in exquisite detail by seismic data. And agriculture began 66 million years ago, in the aftermath of the asteroid that doomed the dinosaurs, says a study.
Kids missed out on learning to swim during pandemic, widening racial and ethnic disparities. Trauma at life's beginning can mar its end, study finds. Scientists identify brain signal disruptions behind voices in schizophrenia.
Ultra-processed foods account for nearly half of calories eaten by UK toddlers, study finds. Adult dietary patterns with increased bean consumption are associated with greater overall shortfall nutrient intakes, lower added sugar, improved weight-related outcomes, and better diet quality. Cellular agriculture research manages to culture pork fat tissue on rye protein scaffolds.
Dental benefits of adding fluoride to water may have declined, study finds. Study ties diabetes and obesity to increased risk of liver cancer relapse, as non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and diabetes mellitus as growing etiologies of hepatocellular carcinoma. Rheumatoid arthritis tied to heavy economic and human burdens.
More than 800 monkeypox deaths recorded across Africa. Bavarian Nordic's mpox shot shows antibody responses wane after 6 to 12 months, as per a study. CDC says mpox vaccine boosters aren't needed in the U.S. as questions emerge around waning immunity. This season's flu vaccine cuts risk of hospitalization by almost 35%, finds report.
A team from the IBM-CP has developed a technique that multiplies the beta-carotene content in plant leaves, as super golden lettuce richer in vitamin A. In the US reportedly, government scientists faked images published in Alzheimer's research papers. 63% of Gen Z respondents say they prefer video games to movies.
Pollen allergies drove woolly mammoths to extinction, study claims. Bronze Age Chinese cheese found next to mummies is world's most ancient at 3,600 years old. A new study has linked traffic noise and pollution to infertility, but the effects differed for men and women. Physicists find evidence of negative time in photons. At CERN, the NA62 experiment observes the very first ultra-rare particle decay of kaon. Researchers build a fully edible transistor using tooth-whitening pigments found in toothpaste.
Propagandists around the world keep trying to use ChatGPT, according to OpenAI report. OpenAI establishes presence in Singapore to support international expansion. OpenAI and Hearst strike deal to bring news content to ChatGPT. OpenAI pursues public benefit structure to fend off hostile takeovers.
OpenAI raises $6.6 billion and is now valued at $157 billion. OpenAI backer Khosla says it's reasonable to invest trillions in AI. Black Forest Labs, the startup behind Grok's image generator, releases an API. Meta unveils AI video generator, taking on OpenAI and Google.
Accenture to train 30,000 staff on NVIDIA AI tech in blockbuster deal. Meta smart glasses can be used to dox anyone in seconds. Study finds judge blocks California's new AI law in case over Kamala Harris deepfake. FFmpeg 7.1 released with VVC decoder promoted to stable. Vulkan H.264 and H.265 encode. Udemy gave instructors just 3 weeks to opt out of AI training. Liquid announces the first series of Liquid Foundation models, LFMs, a new generation of generative AI models that achieve state-of-the-art performance at every scale, while maintaining a smaller memory footprint and more efficient inference, focusing on different modalities and hardware requirements.
Raspberry Pi's AI camera on sale now at $70, with 12-megapixel Sony IMX500 intelligent vision sensor. China urges local companies to stay away from NVIDIA's chips, and Reuters reports that ByteDance plans new AI model trained with Huawei chips, sources say. SoftBank rises on possible $500 million investment in OpenAI. Bloomberg reports that ARM is rebuffed by Intel after inquiring about buying product unit. Fidelity has cut its estimate of excess value by 79% since Musk's purchase. Malaysia plans national cloud policy, AI regulations, as at Google data center launch, Anwar says Malaysia to have national cloud policy.
OpenAI announces on the October 1st Dev Day, real-time API to build fast speech-to-speech experiences into their applications. Vision fine-tuning to fine-tune GPT-4o with images and text to improve vision capabilities, prompt caching to get automatic discounts on inputs that the model has recently seen, and distillation to fine-tune a cost-efficient model with the outputs of a large frontier model. Gemini Nano is now available on Android via experimental access. Microsoft delivers new Copilot Plus AI PC features with Windows 11's 2024 update.
DeepMind and BioNTech build AI lab assistants for scientific research. Oracle to invest $6.5 billion in AI and cloud infrastructure in Malaysia. Meta says it will expand production of mixed reality headsets in Vietnam.
Teen becomes first Tetris NES player to clear level 255 and achieve the mythical rebirth. Silent Hill 2 Remake is console exclusive to PS5 for 1 year. 343 Industries becomes Halo Studios, Multiple Halo games in development on Unreal Engine 5. U.S. Air Force funds spacecraft to transport cargo from orbit for 90 minutes global delivery. Hera spacecraft launched to investigate asteroid that was deliberately hit by NASA mission. NASA's Europa Clipper spacecraft will investigate whether an icy moon of Jupiter can support alien life.
EU creates appeals center to referee disputes with social media giants as new body to handle disputes between EU users and Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Adobe introduces Adobe Content Authenticity web app to champion creator protection and attribution for creators to apply content credentials to their work. The White House started posting on Reddit to talk about Hurricane Milton.
Roblox accused of lying to investors about user numbers by Hindenburg Research. Musk's X to be reinstated in Brazil after complying with Supreme Court demands. In the U.S., Supreme Court declines to weigh in on X Corporation's challenge to special counsel Jack Smith's access to Donald Trump's Twitter direct messages.
Unsealed order in Amazon antitrust suit lets entire FTC case proceed. Dismisses some state claims. Leaked M4 MacBook Pro appears for sale on Russian classified site. 2 days ago, Russian YouTubers keep showing off alleged M4 MacBook Pros in historic Apple leak. Twitter acts fast on non-consensual nudity if it thinks it's a copyright violation, a research claims. Russian media companies broadcasting was hacked on Putin's birthday. Turkey blocks access to Discord online platform, citing child safety concerns. Also, Russia bans Discord over unlawful information posting. In the U.S., TikTok users are more interested in pop culture and entertainment than news and politics, study finds.
Shine's UK sales hit $2 billion ahead of possible London listing. Snapchat announces testing of sponsored ads in chats and promoted places in Snap Map. US considers breakup of Google in landmark search case.
India's Star Health confirms data breach after cybercriminals post customers' health data online. U.S. government's GSA's login to offer face recognition to customer agencies. Internet Archive hacked. Data breach impacts 31 million users.
Google's grip on search slips as TikTok and AI startup mount challenge. Google is testing verified checkmarks in search. Google starts rolling out 3 theft protection feature for Android.
Grindr aims to build the dating world's first AI wingman. iOS 18.1 with Apple Intelligence could arrive on eligible iPhones on October 28th. Google will let you search the web with video recordings.
Facebook seeks to attract young adults with new community video features. Meta must limit data use for targeted advertising. Top EU court rules. Meta is uniting the revenue streams, which it has used to pay more than 4 million creators. In the U.S., Justice Department disrupts Russian intelligence spear phishing efforts, as Department of Justice and Microsoft seize 107 internet domains. Dutch government blames a state actor for hacking a police network. Wall Street Journal reports, U.S. wiretap systems targeted in China-linked hack.
Apple releases macOS Sequoia 1.5.0.1 with bug fixes. Apple releases iOS 1.8.0.1 with touch screen bug fix and others. Apple releases watchOS 1.0.1 with fix for battery drain and touchscreen issues. Apple may bring a guest mode to your iPhone, helping to protect its secrets. Google adds new Pixel security features to block 2G exploits and baseband attacks. Texas sues TikTok, alleging it's selling children's personal data. Telegram confirms it gave U.S. user data to the cops, as Telegram has been disclosing user IPs since 2018, Durov says. Australian court upholds order for Musk's X to pay $418,000 fine over anti-child abuse probe.
Microsoft announces to employees, you can continue working from home unless productivity drops. Amazon could cut 14,000 managers soon and save $3 billion a year, according to Morgan Stanley. World Wide Web Foundation to shut down after 15 years.
New Perftal malware targets Linux servers for cryptocurrency mining and proxy jacking. North Korean hackers using new Veil shell backdoor in stealthy cyber attacks. Cloudflare blocks largest recorded DDoS attack peaking at 3.8 Tbps. China unveils lunar spacesuit for crewed moon mission. NASA's Webb telescope discovers early galaxy with odd light signature. Iran launches new research satellite Shamran-1 into orbit.
Google wins lawsuit against scammers who weaponize DMCA takedowns. Reddit policy changes make site-wide protests nearly impossible. Verizon says network issues are resolved after a wave of outage reports. Microsoft discontinues HoloLens 2, support to end in 2027 with no successor in sight. Microsoft brings AI-powered overviews to Bing. And Microsoft starts paying publishers for content surfaced by Copilot. Animated Robin origin story dynamic duo set at DC Studios, featuring Dick Grayson and Jason Todd.
Red Dead Redemption finally comes to PC, 14 years after its original release. Wimbledon tennis tournament replaces line judges with technology in break with tradition. Christopher Nolan sets next movie at Universal Indiana IMAX for summer 2026, with Matt Damon eyed to star.
Post-Trauma and The Alters have been delayed until 2025. Ubisoft shares surge 31% as Tencent and Guillemot family reportedly mull buyout. NFL reportedly negotiates potential deals with Alison's Skydance and Redbird.
BBC's Boris Johnson interview cancelled after presenter Laura Quinsberg mistakenly sent former UK Prime Minister briefing notes. Reuters reports that Musk funded right-wing political nonprofit years before he endorsed Trump, sources say. Pink Floyd's David Gilmour rejects Roger Waters' reunion over support for genocidal dictators.
Painting found by junk dealer and seller is original Picasso, experts claim. Lady Gaga says her take on Harley Quinn came from her experience with mania and chaos inside. Reese Witherspoon to write debut novel, will team with Harlan Coben for a collaborative suspense. That 90s show canceled on Netflix after 2 seasons. YouTube Shorts will boost max video length to 3 minutes. Rugrats live-action movie in the works at Paramount, with CGI babies.
K-drama giant CJ to spend $750 million yearly to fight Hollywood. Margaret Qualley in Racism Row after asking Blackpink's Jennie if her blonde hair is real, as Jennie experiences racism at Paris Fashion Week as Margaret Qualley questions her blonde hair. Los Angeles prosecutors to review new evidence in Menendez brothers' 1996 murder conviction. New hearing set as DA weighs evidence of molestation amid success of Netflix's Monsters.
Christie's inaugural evening sale at new APAC headquarters amasses $133 million, with Van Gogh and Monet setting Asian records. A long-lost painting from Botticelli's studio is rediscovered in a French church. Marvel and DC lose trademark for superhero.
Chris Christopherson, country music legend and A Star is Born leading man, dies at 88. The Onion is pivoting to video, with a former MSNBC anchor. Sean Diddy Combs accused of sexually abusing 9-year-old boy as 120 people allege abuse, and Sean Diddy Combs accused of sexual assault by more than 50 victims, represented by Texas law firm.
Lionsgate offers voluntary severance early retirement program. Fox Nation to debut faith-based shows under Fox Faith brand. DC Studios developing movie involving Bane and Deathstroke from writer Matthew Orton. Apple TV Plus unveils first look at new psychological thriller, Before, starring and executive produced by Billy Crystal, premiering globally Friday, October 25th. Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim, an anime prequel with war elephants, great eagles and Brian Cox, gets poster visual completed. The Lord of the Rings, Battle of Rohan, will be released on December 27th. Pink Floyd agrees deal to sell music rights to Sony for $400 million. Snapchat failed to properly warn against sextortion schemes targeting underage users, claimed in the lawsuit. Pinterest rolls out Gen AI tools for product imagery to advertisers. Ireland introduces 40% tax incentive for lower to mid-range budget films, which led by Irish creative talent.
Chemistry Nobel goes to developers of AlphaFold AI that predicts protein structures. Nobel Physics Prize 2024 won by AI pioneers John Hopfield and Geoffrey Hinton. 2024 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine awarded for the discovery of microRNA and its role in post-transcriptional gene regulation, jointly to Victor Ambros and Gary Ruvkin.
Samsung Electronics apologizes for disappointing profit, as it struggles in AI chips. AI chipmaker Cerebras files for IPO to take on Nvidia. 7 months ago, it has been announced as Cerebras Systems unveils world's fastest AI chip with whopping 4 trillion transistors. Foxconn building in